The purpose of this video is to show you the dollars and cents financial plans Franklin Covey planner insert pages. This video will be helpful if you're looking for planner pages to help you manage your money. In this video, I'm going to give you a detailed look at these planner pages and talk about how they can be used to manage your finances. And we're going to get started right now. Hi everyone, my name is Tonya. I make videos on practical planning, organization, and small business. Hi, and I'm so excited because today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is money. And I'm going to show you these financial plans, planner insert pages. Are you on Facebook? If so, please head over to my Facebook page and like and follow me. Are you on YouTube? Hey! If so, please be sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button. And are you on Instagram? If so, please follow me at Tonya_plans. Now let's get into these planner insert pages. And by the way, if you like these pages, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can save some money with a promo code on these types of planner items. So let's get right to it. Okay, so what's included in this packet is I have the compact size. These planner pages also come in the classic size as well. There are 80 pages. It includes 12 tabbed sheets and also a set of financial management tab stickers and also an assortment of forms. This first page here shows the planner tab covers, and there are tab covers that says personal, debt consolidation, accounts, entertainment, travel, insurance, medical, taxes, investments, business, auto, home, bills, monthly budget, yearly finances. So it looks like you can have sections in your planner for all of these financial sections. And also there are some blank tabs here, so if there are some sections not already pre-printed, you can make your own sections in your planner for your finances. Next here looks like there is an information page to talk about how to use each type of planner refill insert. And there's an overview here on the back. So this first page that I'm going to show is the monthly budget worksheet. Now on the monthly budget worksheet, at the top here you can enter the month and the year. So it looks like you can fill out one of these for each month. And over here are your budget categories. And then over here there's a section, there are two columns for planned budget items, and then there are two columns for actual expenses and then a difference. So what you'll be doing is you'll be writing in your budget, then writing in what you actually spent, and then the difference will go in this column, and then you'll be able to tell over here if you were able to stay on budget, come under budget, or go over your budget. Now under each section, like under the planned budget section, there is a column for fixed amounts and there's a column for periodic amounts. Fixed amounts will be things that don't change, like your rent or your mortgage would be the same every month. That would be a fixed item. Items that you budget for that are periodic, that may change, could be your water bill. Our water bill here in Virginia comes every other month, so it's periodic and the amount can vary depending on water usage. So that would go under the periodic column. And over here under the actual expenses is the same thing, fixed and periodic, so you can separate those if you like. Now let's look at the different categories that you can account for. There is a section for your automobile expenses. Here you would keep track of how much your gasoline costs, how much car insurance costs, your maintenance and repairs, your car payments, etc. Under here, charitable donations. So if you give to church and other charitable contributions, they can go right here, and this will be handy because if you still itemize your taxes, you will have all of your charitable deduction amounts right here, so when tax time comes you can just quickly add up those numbers and pop them into your tax return. Here's a section on children. Here you're able to budget and account for allowances. There are lessons and activities, there's school fees. Under here is a section for clothing. Let me get a little closer here and make sure you can see this. For clothing, you can put in expenses such as dry cleaning, school clothing, work clothing. Then there's a section for education. How much do you spend on books, tuition, and school fees? There's an extra spot here if you want to insert additional types of expenses. There's a section for entertainment. How much do you spend on movies, theaters, and restaurants? Restaurants are a big deal for a lot of people. And I was looking on the news and they were saying a lot of people spend a lot of their discretionary income eating out. So one way to save money is to be able to, if you at least kind of track what you're spending on eating out, it may help you try to control your expenses in that category. And also here's a section for gifts. How much you spend on birthday gifts, how much do you spend on holiday gifts, etc. On the back of this worksheet, it continues. The categories are household. How much do you spend on childcare, groceries, maintenance, rent and mortgage, utilities? Then there's a section on insurance. What do you spend on life insurance, medical insurance? There's a section on medical. Medical is a hot issue in the United States today. Healthcare is a major concern for a lot of people, and I know for myself it's a major concern. My husband has end-stage renal disease. We have a lot of medical bills. So that's something that everyone has their eye on right now, and with our upcoming elections. But here's a medical section. You can keep up with your dental expenses, office appointments, prescriptions. Also, there's a section on miscellaneous where you can write in whatever expenses you want to track here if it's not already listed above here. There's a section on recreation. What do you spend on hobbies? What do you spend on vacation? And there's a section for savings where you can enter general savings amounts, investments, retirement, and do subtotals there. And at the bottom here is a budget total. So you can put your totals at the bottom. But this is a great way to keep up with what you're budgeting for and what your actual expenses are and the difference. So there are 12 of these types of sheets, one for each month. Let's go to the next sheet. Okay, so the next sheet is the monthly expense tracker, and it looks like this. And at the top here it has the date, budget category, what, where, cash, check, card, and the amount. So here you can write in whatever expenses you like, and since this is a monthly sheet, you will have one of these for each month. Now here you can just keep track of everything. One good way, one of the things I like to do to rein in my expenses when I feel like I'm overspending is kind of just jot down what I'm spending money on. If I feel like I'm going to be embarrassed to write it down here, then I probably shouldn't be spending the money. But it's one way I like to kind of check myself without, my husband having to say anything. So that's one thing that I like to do in my planner here. And on the back is the same thing, but it's just a great, nice general sheet where you can write down what expenses you have and what you're actually spending your money on in a little more detail than the previous sheet that I showed. So you get 12 of those. And for the next one, for this next insert, this is called the yearly income and expense tracker. And with this, you have, there are 6 months on this side, and if you turn it over, it's not 6 months on, I'm on another sheet. And there are 6 months on this side. So on this side, you have January, February, March through June. And over here, you would put the year and the budget category. So this is an annual look at your income and expenses. If you need like an overall summary, all summarized on one sheet, this is it. This is where you can put everything and annualize, because there are some bills that we only pay annually. Like for example, in my area, we only pay personal property tax on our vehicles once a year. So that's something that I could budget for, or I can account for on an annual basis on here. Because sometimes we remember things that are annualized, we'll remember better to put or account for it, but things that when we think about our expenses on a monthly or a paycheck basis, we may forget to budget for those type of things that only come once a year. So over here are similar categories as what was on the monthly expense tracker, but for example over here there's automobile, charitable donations, children, clothing, education, entertainment, gifts, household, insurance, medical, miscellaneous, publications, recreations, and savings. So those are the type of categories there, and you get one of these sheets because you only need one for the year. This next sheet is called a bill tracker. Now this is interesting. Now in the bill tracker, this goes through June. So this month is January, February, March, April, May, and June. And then in each month you have 3 columns. So over here on the far left, you would write in what the bill is. So like here, for example, maybe I'll put the light bill. And then here you can put the due date of your bill, the amount, and the date paid. So wouldn't this be helpful if you're trying to remember, oh gosh, when did I last pay my light bill? You can always go back to this sheet for reference to see what date it was due, what date it was paid, and the amount you paid. So here you can just basically list all of those down here. And again, there are 6 months on one sheet. So if you turn this over, you will see the other 6 months here. This is July through December. And again, you can just list your bills over here, the due date, the amount, and the date paid. Very nice and handy to have. This next sheet is called a debt elimination schedule. I have debt. I don't know who doesn't. I guess some people don't. If you don't, that's great. But most of us have debt. So if you're trying to eliminate debt, this is a great way to track and keep track of you eliminating your debt, so you feel like you're getting somewhere. Because I know sometimes when I'm paying on credit cards or other debts, I'm like, gosh, am I really going anywhere? Well, this way you can track how much you're paying down. So on this sheet up here you have the debt. So you would put the debt name. Let's say it's a credit card. You would put the credit card name here. So here you can put the number of payments, the date a payment was made, and the amount and the balance. And then again, it's the date, the amount, and the balance. The date, the amount, and the balance. So if you have a credit card, you can be able to say here, okay, well, for, I made 2 payments, they totaled $200, and I made the payments on this date, and now my balance is this. Now this is important to track. It's important when you pay down bills to actually see what you've paid down, because a lot of times we go through life so fast, and then you wake up one day and you're like, wait, I'm not getting anywhere, and you don't feel fulfilled because you think that you're not getting ahead. This way you can actually track and keep a tab on how much you are paying and what your new balance is. So I think this will be very helpful to use. And on the back is the same thing. You get 3 of these. Now what I like to do is, so I can save money, I sometimes make copies of these inserts. I have a hole puncher and I just simply cut them down and I make extra copies to put in my planner. This next insert is called financial accounts. And here, right in at the top, the institution, the account number, the phone number of the institution, the account name, the username and password, and the website. So if you have an IRA or an investment account, you can keep that on a sheet like this. And here there is a monthly balance. So here you can put in the balance for January through December. And this will be a great overview so you can see if your balance is increasing or decreasing, and then notes. Now wouldn't it be great if something happens to you, someone could simply come here, your loved ones could come here to the sheet and say, okay, well, here are my loved ones, all of their financial information is right here. So this is a great summary to keep of your financial accounts, and you get 2 of these sheets. It's the same on the front and the back. Okay, next here, this insert is called a yearly investment tracker. And at the top here it says reference information, and then you put your year here, and then it's January through June here, and probably, yes, it's July through December on the back. And over here you would put in the account name, the account number, where it's held, the broker, and the phone number. Again, if you have investment accounts, if you have money market accounts, mutual funds, stocks, Those type of things could go on this yearly investment trackers to keep track of them. And then here is a column. You'll put the date of your deposit, the deposit amount, the rate of return, your gain or loss, and your account balance. This is a great way, again, to keep track of, are you really making money with your investments? So each account, you have a section to put 1, 2, 3, 4 different investment accounts here on the front and the back. This next sheet is called Personal Property Record. Personal property can be considered your car and other things like maybe your HVAC system, large purchases that you've made. Now, for example here, I just recently had to purchase a new HVAC system for my home. It was very expensive. So I would want to put that on this personal property record. Maybe you made a major purchase for your home, or you made a major purchase for your vehicle. Maybe you want to log that here. But here you can write in the item. So I would put in my HVAC system, where purchased. I can put in the company's name, the purchase price. I could put in the date of purchase. Why is that important? Because my HVAC system is guaranteed, the parts are anyway, for 10 years. So I want to keep track of the date it was purchased. I could put that here. I can put in warranty information, parts, 5 years labor. I can put in notes right here. Over here, the manufacturer's name, the make, the model, the serial number, and who to contact if it breaks. So this is very nice information to have. Now on here you have sections to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can put in 6 items on the front, and on the back 6 items. So 12 items per sheet, and you get 1, 2. You get 2 of these. And again, you can always make additional copies. Oh, I like this. This next insert is called the Home Project Record. Now, how many times have you done a project? Like, for example, I painted my daughter's room not too long ago. Well, where are you going to write down the paint color that you use? You can write it here. It was a home project to paint a room, and what if you have to touch up the paint later? You can always come back to your home project record and see, okay, well, this is the name of the paint and this is where I got it from. So you'll be able to match the touch-up paint later. So here is a part, it says you write in your project, so I would put in, painted daughter's room, my budget, the description, and items to do. So if there's a project that you want to do, this is a great way where you can budget out and actually list what you need. So for these, you get 2 of these sheets. Okay. This next sheet is called an Automobile Information and Servicing sheet. And I believe I got a sheet similar to this in the starter pack, which I will link that below. But here you'll put in the make and model of your car, your VIN number. How many people keep up with their VIN number? If your car wasn't with you, do you have your VIN number somewhere handy? Your license number. Do you memorize your license number? It'll be great to write it down here. And your registration expiration date. And then over here you can write down, when was the last time you got your oil and filter changed? So these are columns for dates and mileage. They just go down like that. And then over here you can just fill in every time you get an oil and filter change. You just fill it in across there, the dates and mileage. Also other car things that you get done. When was the last time your antifreeze was added? Your cooling system was flushed? Your tires were rotated and pressure checked? Tires were replaced. You can put the date and mileage here for that. And that's important because some of our tires and certain things come with warranties. This way we can keep up with the required maintenance so that our warranty isn't void. When was the last time you had your brake service? You can put it here. When was the last time you had an engine tune-up? And so on and so forth. All of that can go on this sheet, and there is similar information on the back. And the last insert in this packet is called the Annual Summary of Business Expenses. Now this is great. If you have a small business, this will be a great way for you to kind of jot down your expenses. Maybe you're thinking about starting that website, or maybe you're thinking about starting that business this year. Well, you want to start keeping track of your expenses, because guess what? In the United States, those business expenses may be deductible, meaning you may not have to pay taxes on those expenses. So this is a great thing that you want to keep track of, along with the receipts, to document how much you're spending or starting to spend on your business. So at the top here, You have a column for the month, which are filled in January through December. Then your miles traveled. Also, how much did you spend on gas, how much you spend on auto, travel fares, meals, lodging, other things, and your month's total, and your reimbursement amounts. So all of that could go here. Maybe you work for a job that reimburses you for travel expenses, and you want to keep track of that. This sheet will be great for keeping track of your business travel expenses and how much was actually reimbursed here in this column. And on the back is a similar thing. So you get one of those. Lastly, you get these blank tabs. Now these are page dividers. You can use these labels to put on these dividers and divide your planner into different financial sections. Just a quick note, all of the items shown in this video will be listed in the description area of this video. Also, if you would like to save 20% on your order, you can go to my website, TonyaPlans.com, click on this top link here, which will take you to the planner website. Once you add an item to your cart, you can go to checkout, and if you scroll down a little bit, there's an area for promo code. You would simply right-click and click paste, and the current promo code to save 20% will be pasted in the field for you. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about these planner inserts, or if you just want to talk about anything about planners in general, I would love to hear from you. This is Tonya, helping you feel more organized so this can be your best year yet. Take care.